around today, you'll see the world is changing. One of the most powerful ways to represent diverse perspectives and amplify new voices is through the media. I believe we must create new stories in the media that represent diverse voices in an exciting, high-caliber way, a way that competes with the mainstream. My name is Deborah Jane, and my passion for championing multicultural media sparks from my upbringing. Daughter of Guyanese parents who immigrated to this country, I was raised in a predominantly white suburb. As a kid, I was pretty desperate to discover my roots and express my imagination, which I did through literature, hip-hop, and musicals. I remember when my father took me to see Les Mis on Broadway. I was enthralled. I knew immediately I wanted to create a musical of that caliber that dramatized the social issues of my people. I devoured as much African American history as I could and started reading slave narratives at 12 years old. Stories of my heroes, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, and Frederick Douglass thrilled my mind, but they left me haunted with a reoccurring nightmare. Night after night, I woke up in 1845 in the antebellum South, a slave. What would I do? Although I'd never written a play before, I knew the story I needed to tell was my childhood nightmare, a modern woman trapped as an 1800s slave, but as a hip-hop musical, like Hamilton. I wrote and produced Strange Fruit, the Hip-hopera, at Stanford University. It was my Les Mis. The play was awarded a Best Director plaque, and we received a standing ovation. But the most touching moment was when an elderly Black woman said, "Thank you for telling my story." After that, I jumped straight into Hollywood. I paid my dues, spending over 7 years working in production at television networks, on film sets, and in independent productions. I worked right alongside top TV producers and presidents in Hollywood, immersing myself in the world of creating excellent stories and high-quality films for mainstream audiences. I completed my master's in screenwriting at USC Film School. It was there that I rewrote Strange Fruit into a feature film. After USC, I launched my company, House of Deborah Jane Studios, with the mission of telling stories featuring people of color that make a spiritual and social impact. Strange Fruit has since received wonderful reviews from Hollywood film executives. So, what's the story? Imagine a powerful Black woman in the 21st century being thrust back into the 1800s as a slave with only one chance to escape back into her reality. This story, told through rap, song, and dance, is like a cross between Hamilton and 12 Years a Slave. The theme of Strange Fruit is Sankofa, which means in order to go forward, one must go back. And that's what I truly believe. If America wants to progress forward in its racial relationships, we must go back and heal our roots. Ultimately, Strange Fruit is about racial reconciliation and unity. We truly believe it has the potential to become a musical franchise with a global audience. Now, we have the entire feature film written, but right now we are focused on creating a short version of Strange Fruit, a short film. We will use the short film as a powerful visual to attract studios and investors to invest in the future feature film, and that's where we need you. We have an amazing production team of creative professionals, an accomplished director, producer, an award-winning cinematographer, and an actress starring in the leading role. Now, if this were a full-length feature film, we would budget it as a $20 million movie or even $100 million if we go all in. But relax, we're not looking to raise $100 million today. We are simply producing the short film right now as a concept to show to studios and investors who can greenlight the feature film. So our goal is to raise $75,000 by the end of the month to shoot Strange Fruit, the Hip-hopera in Atlanta in 2021. We would love to partner with you. At the House of Deborah Jane Studios, we work with amazing producers, artists, and professionals who are championing diverse voices through dynamic media. Together, we can change media and change the world.